It's dress day! Today I am going to make the red dress. On here, you may have seen this on my Instagram and Facebook. So I'm going to be working off a dress that I already have. I made this a couple years ago. Unfortunately, I saved the pattern. I've worked off it many times before because this bodice is just right. Armholes are just right, everything's just right. So, to get to the red dress, I have to make a couple little changes. I'm going to have to change the shoulder and make it a little bit wider. I'm going to have to move this V over slightly. I'm going to keep it nice and high, but just we want to have that asymmetrical look. And then I'm going to have to add the little slice here in the bodice from whence all of the gathers are going to spring. So, watch me draft and sew up a sample. Here we are. I've sewn up a mock-up in this horrible green fabric. I was trying different suppliers and I tried this and it pills in like 3 washes, so it's garbage not using that supplier, but it's good for doing mock-ups. So as is normal, it doesn't fit. The fabric that the original dress was in was a pretty stiff polyester spandex, and this is a very loose, kind of stretchy, weighty rayon jersey. So it's very similar to the actual fashion fabric that I'll be using. So there's some weight issues and there's some stretch issues. So what do we got to fix here? Number one, I don't think this is enough gathers. I think we need a lot more gathers than this to go with what the original sketch was. Number two, this is just a, oh no, that one. This one's a little bit too wide. I think it's just too wide. This needs to get a little bit narrower. And it's also kind of just, it's a little bit too much in the armpits here. So I like to just put a little mark. That's where I got to take it in, right? The other thing you'll notice is because of the weight of the fabric, the waist is too low, right? It's kind of coming up here. So there's an elastic in here controlling these gathers, and that's giving it some dimensional stability, but everywhere else the weight of the skirt is pulling it down. So I'm going to have to adjust the waist to 0 here to make that a little bit shorter. There's also just a little bit too much room in the front bodice. I'm going to get rid of some of that, and that's going to make those gathers pull more nicely. And I think the skirt would probably be a little bit fuller too. You know, just a little bit more fullness in there. What else? Back neck looks pretty nice. There's a nice swoopy there. I kind of think this could be a bit deeper. It's looking a bit frumpy, I think. So if we make that a bit deeper, and then also take in this armhole a little bit, it's going to look a little bit less schoolmarm and more va-va-voom. So, time to adjust the pattern, and the next sample I'm going to do is going to be in the actual fashion fabric. All done. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I did tighten up the bodice quite a bit because it made the gathers work a little bit better. I've got it in this gray turquoise, definitely going to keep this. Really hope I can do it in red if the fabric comes in. Everything's delayed because of COVID, so we'll see what happens. I think this would also work really well in a shorter length if you're not a klutz and you don't have knees covered in bruises like me. So if you ever wanted it shorter, just ask. If the red doesn't come in, I have a sand color and I have a khaki green in stock right now that I could also do it in. I think either of those colors would also probably work really well for this. So if you'd be interested in those, please leave me a comment. And thanks for watching. See you next time.